Ngayon, tingnan naman natin yung oxides and hydroxides. So, ang oxides, they are chemical compounds that contain at least one oxygen atom. Pero yung oxygen atom dapat chemically combined with at least one other element. Now, paano ba na-form yung oxides? So, yung typical way para ma-form yung oxides ay kapag yung element nag-react with oxygen. Okay? So to generalize, we often represent oxides using the formula X2ON, where X is the element reacting with oxygen and N is the number of oxygen. So tingnan natin yung ilang mga examples. For example, itong Na2O, which is sodium oxide, makikita natin to sa mga glass making processes. Yung MgO, magnesium oxide, ginagamit sa medical treatments like antacids. Kapag nangangasim yung sikmura, merong acid reflux and heartburns, and ginagamit natin tong antacids. Milk of magnesia, no? And then meron tayong Al2O3, aluminum oxide, key component naman ng mga sapphires, rubies, yan, aluminum oxide. So makikita natin yung oxides, they are everywhere around us, from industrial materials to precious gemstones. Makikita natin yung mga oxides. So tingnan pa natin yung iba't ibang types tsaka properties nito. Meron tayong mga tinatawag na acidic oxides. So, tingnan natin yung definition niya. Ang acidic oxides, they are compounds that react with water to form acids. They can also react with bases to form salts. So, responsible sila sa acidity ng maraming mga natural and industrial processes. Tingnan naman natin yung formation. Yung mga acidic oxides, usually na-form sila by nonmetals. No? Ang major consequence ng formation nila ay yung role nila sa acid rain, which of course, we know it affects the environment by lowering the pH of the soil and the water bodies, no? Yung mga sink nitong mga acid rain na ito, dun sila nakakasama, no? An example natin dito is yung sulfur dioxide, nagre-react with the water to form sulfurous acid, no? Ito yung isa sa mga reactions na nagko-contribute sa acid rain bukod dun sa carbonic acid. Meron tayong sulfurous acid. Now, tingnan naman na natin yung mga basic oxides. Gaya ng acidic oxides, yung mga basic oxides nagre-react with other substances in specific ways. No? Sa water, tingnan natin, for example, yung sodium oxide, Na2O, it reacts with water to form sodium hydroxide, which is a strong base. Okay? So, sinasabi na sa atin itong reaction na ito, yung mga basic oxides, generally, nagpuproduce sila ng alkaline solutions when they come in contact with water. Tingnan din natin nangyari kapag yung basic oxides nag-react with acids. So sa reaction na to, yung calcium oxide, it reacts with hydrochloric acid to form calcium chloride and water. So parang ito yung classic acid-base neutralization reaction, no? Meron tayong acid, meron tayong base, tapos na-form yung salt at saka yung water. Okay? Now, paano ba na-form yung mga basic oxides? So, nanggagaling din sila sa mga metals. For example, yung magnesium, it reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide, MgO. Okay? So, yung mga marami sa mga basic oxides, they are formed when metals combined with oxygen, typically sa mga combustion or oxidation processes. Now, tapos na tayo dun sa mga acidic at basic oxides. Tingnan natin yung another special type ng oxides, yung amphoteric oxides and neutral oxides. Kapag amphoteric oxides, sila yung mga oxides na unique sila, no, because they can act both as acids and bases. Ibig sabihin, meron silang acidic and basic properties. Halimbawa, yung aluminum oxide, Al2O3, kapag nag-react siya with hydrochloric acid, nagpo-form yung aluminum chloride and water. Pero, pwede rin siyang mag-react with sodium hydroxide to form a complex sodium aluminate compound. Okay? So, nakita natin yung aluminum oxide, nag-react siya sa acid, nag-react din siya sa base. So, it can act both as an acid and a base as well. Okay? Ano pa yung mga example ng amphoteric oxides natin? Yung aluminum oxide, ito yon, at saka yung zinc oxide. Now, yung mga neutral oxides naman, unlike acidic, basic, or amphoteric oxides, they do not react with acids or bases at all, like yung carbon monoxide and yung nitrous oxide, NO2. Okay. Yung mga neutral oxides, commonly sila yung nag-appear sa atmospheric chemistry and saka mga combustion reactions, lalo na tong mga carbon monoxide saka nitrous oxide. Halimbawa, yung carbon monoxide, toxic gas to. no, na napuproduce by incomplete combustion, carbon monoxide. Now, tapos na tayo dun sa mga oxides, tingnan natin yung mga hydroxides. Ang hydroxides, they are compounds that, of course, they also play a role in chemistry, specifically sa mga bases, tsaka precipitation reactions. Yung mga hydroxides, they contain one or more hydroxide ions, itong OH-, hydroxide ions tawag natin dyan, which are negatively charged group. Itong mga ions na to, they bond to a positively charged metal cation to form hydroxide compound. Again, itong mga hydroxide ions, negative sila, nagpo-form sila ng bond, okay, doon sa mga positively charged metal cation. Okay, para mag-form ng tinatawag nating hydroxide compound kasi negative to tapos positive yung metal cation kasi cation siya. Kapag nag-form ng bond yung dalawang yan, magpo-form tayo ng hydroxide compounds. Okay? Now, pwede nating i-represent yung hydroxides using the general formula MOHN. Okay? Yung M metal yan. Yung N, ito yung valence charge nung metal. Okay? At sinasabi din na dito, pinapakita din nung N kung gaano karami yung OH na nakaband dun sa metal. Okay? So, meron tayong iba't ibang ways paano i-represent yung mga hydroxides or paano na-form yung mga hydroxides. Okay? Number 1, from basic oxides reacting with water. For example, itong sodium oxide natin, Na2O, it reacts with water to form sodium hydroxide. Hydroxide yan, NaOH. Metal, ano yung metal natin dyan? Yung sodium. Tapos may isang OH group. Okay? Pwede rin via direct precipitation. For example, kapag yung sodium hydroxide, you add that to a solution containing Fe3 plus ions, no? Yung iron 3 hydroxide, which is FeOH3, nagpe-precipitate out. Okay? So, may nakuha tayo ditong another hydroxide, yung FeOH3, which is yung iron 3 hydroxide natin. Okay? So, that's another way. Again, pwedeng ma-form yung mga hydroxides natin from basic oxides reacting with water at saka through direct precipitation. Now, one of the key properties of hydroxides is their reactions with acids. Kapag yung hydroxide nag-react sa acid, na-form yung salt and water. Ano yung tawag natin dito? Alam natin yan, neutralization reaction. For example, yung sodium hydroxide, NaOH, it reacts with hydrochloric acid to form sodium chloride, which is a salt, and water. Again, meron tayong sodium hydroxide, isang base. Nag-react siya sa hydrochloric acid, isang acid. Na-form yung sodium chloride, salt, tapos water. Okay? So, ito yung pinaka-classic na neutralization reaction natin. Now, yung mga alkali metal hydroxides, they are highly soluble. Okay? Hindi lahat ng hydroxides na dissolve easily in water. Pero itong mga alkali metal hydroxides such as yung mga sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, they are highly soluble. Okay? Now, when dissolved in water, they release hydroxide ions, mga OH-. Kaya yung solution natin, nagiging strongly basic. Okay? Yung mga hydroxides na yan, useful yan. Pero, tandaan natin, dangerous din sila, lalo na yung mga strong bases natin like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. They can cause severe burns when may contact yan sa skin mo. Kasi, pwede na i-break down yung proteins and fats mo. Kaya, kapag nasa laboratory, importante, kapag nakakita ng mga label na ganyan, mga strong bases, strong acids, wag hawakan. Lalo na kapag walang protective gear o kaya walang supervision ng technician sa loob ng laboratory. That's why yung mga chemists nga, tsaka mga industries, hinahandle nila itong mga strong bases with protective gears like gloves, goggles. Kasi delikado sila. Yung mga hydroxides, ginagamit din sa industries, sa construction, tsaka mga everyday products natin. Like itong caustic soda. Ang tawag natin talaga dito, sodium hydroxide. Pero kilala natin siya as caustic soda. Key ingredient yan ng mga soaps and detergents. Kasi binibreakdown niya yung fats and oils. At tawag natin dun saponification. Okay? Tina-turn them into soap. Kaya kapag yung detergent minsan napunta sa kamay mo, parang malambot siya. Kasi yung fats at yung mga oils dyan, nag-undergo ng saponification. Binibreakdown nila yan. Okay? And then yung NaOH naman sa paper industry, tinatanggal yung lignin from wood pulp. Okay, ang process na to, tawag natin doon delignification. Okay? Para, ano yung purpose nito? Makapag-produce tayo ng quality paper. Mas smooth yung paper. Tinatanggal kasi nila yung lignin, yung nagpapatigas dun sa wood pulp. Okay? Sa pharmaceutical industry, yung sodium hydroxide ginagamit din sa pain relievers, sa mga blood pressure medications, kahit sa aspirin. No? Another one, yung calcium hydroxide, tinatawag ding slake lime, key ingredient naman yan sa paggawa ng cement and mortar. So, it helps materials to be bound together, kaya stronger syempre yung mga structures natin, more durable sila. Now, yung mga hydroxides, hindi lang sila basta chemical compounds, no? They also play a crucial role in nature, industry, and environmental protection. Saka mga environmental concern, no? Tingnan natin yung acid rain kasi yung acid rain na-form siya kapag yung mga pollutants natin. Ano yung example na pollutants natin? Mga sulfur dioxide, tsaka yung mga nitrogen oxides or yung mga NOx's, no? Yung X, it can be 2, 3, yung mga ganyan. So, yung mga nitrogen oxides na yan, kapag nag-mix sila with water, na-form yung mga acidic compounds. Anong cause niyan? Acid rain. Okay? So, yung mga hydroxides, such as calcium hydroxide, no? Nakakatulong na yan para i-neutralize yung effect ng acid rain. Okay? By reacting with acids in the environment. So, nare-reduce nila yung acidity ng soil and water. So, may acid rain, kailangan natin ng base para ma-neutralize. Okay? So, yun yung classic acid-base reaction. And then, sa water treatment, ginagamit din natin yung mga hydroxides. For example, yung calcium hydroxide pa rin, tsaka yung sodium hydroxide, ginagamit yan to adjust pH level, pag-remove ng mga impurities, for disinfection ng water, no, para maging safe siya for drinking and industrial uses without harming us, no. Another example is yung sodium hydroxide na ginagamit as catalyst in biodiesel production and in the manufacture of various organic compounds. So, yung mga oxides and hydroxides, parang simpleng compounds lang sila, pero marami sila talagang application, no? Lalo na sa clean energy, sa medicine, sa nanotechnology, no? Pag-create ng mga nanomaterials for drug delivery and medical imaging, sa mga superconductors, catalysis also, nakita natin yung catalysis na for example yung sodium hydroxide sa biodiesel production. Sa clean energy, then ito pang titanium dioxide, no, isang halimbawa ng oxide, makikita yan usually sa mga ingredients ng mga sunscreen. And then yung mga hydroxides naman para sa water purification, pag-neutralize ng acid rain, yan, tsaka sa mga water treatment. So that's it for oxides and hydroxides.